What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Lewis coming at you with another video, and today we're going to be talking about grocery shopping. How do you properly shop for groceries and try to save the most money that you can? Like, for example, you never want to buy fresh fruit from bags. Like, for example, all right, let's say you're going to go buy some apples, right? Never buy the apples in the bags. Not only are you going to be paying so much more for the apples, but you cannot look at each apple and look at its quality. And also, with any other kind of fruit or vegetables that's out on the table, you're going to want to grab the ones on the bottom, not on the top. Whenever store employees put new produce on their tables, they always put all the old stuff at the top and then all the new stuff at the bottom. Except when it comes to potatoes. Potatoes you do want to buy in a bag. And also, I used to work at a grocery store when I was a lot younger. And one thing we always did was we always put a new date on the produce just to prevent from throwing it away. As long as the expiration date is a factory made one, you should be fine. Now, I do forget what those guns are called, but there are those guns where you and there's a little tag with the date on it. That's what I'm talking about. With like apples, with any kind of like breads, we would notice that the tags that we had already placed days ago are actually coming up to the date that they're supposed to be expiring. Our managers would just have us take the tag off and then place a whole new one with 5 extra days or something.
What?
Now also, if you want to buy some eggs, run your fingers across the eggs real quick. If they move, that means they're great. If they don't move, that means there's a crack somewhere on the egg, and if just the tiniest bit of the inside comes out, it will stick to the carton like glue and prevent it from moving. So that's a quick little way on how to see if the eggs are good or not. Now, there is another tip I can give you where if you download each of the store that you go to, they will have special coupons on those mobile apps that they will not be putting in those newspaper coupons. Now, let's talk about savings. Let's talk about those coupons for a second and everything that's on sale. What is a sale? Usually, it means that the price is lowered for that item, right? Wrong. There is a trick that grocery stores uses a lot of times where if you actually notice the price at any given time, let's say a gallon of milk is $3.39, but then you'll see in that newspaper article that it is on sale for $3.39. What gives? It is just a simple tool that the store uses to bring the customer in. And we all know that if we go in for one item, we're going to buy a lot more. And so it is a good rule to look before you buy, because other stores are going to have the same item, the same brand, but at what price? It is always good to be always looking at the prices of everything, even when they're not on sale. So that way, when it does go on sale, you'll actually know if it is on sale. Now, generally, a store will have a great sale going on a specific item, typically a very popular item, like let's say ground beef. Everybody needs it, everybody wants it, everybody eats it. And so they will give you a great discount on that, but then everything else is going to be full price because they've already got you in the door when it comes to the ground beef. So check the other stores. Ground beef, is it the same price for the same brand at this other store? Is it cheaper? Is it more expensive? Even if you take out the time to cut out those little coupons, sometimes you're not saving at all. And let's talk about stores like Sam's Club, where you can buy a bunch of things at once for a little bit per month. Because, yeah, there are some good savings at those stores, but if you actually look at the price of the monthly membership plus the actual cost of the items, usually it just comes down to convenience. You are buying a lot of stuff so you don't have to go shopping as often. And that's it. It's really not at a better price. But that doesn't mean you're not going to get stuff for a great price there. It's just usually more of a convenience tax than anything else. So I highly recommend you to order one of those daily newspapers or even weekly newspapers. They're about like what, $5 a month, and you'll get all of those newspapers talking about who's having what sale. Look at them, and just over the months you will notice a good trend of who has what on sale at what time. Now let's also think about companies, the actual companies like Oreo. If they're having a sale, what is most likely also going to be on sale? Milk. Oreos, no. People love to have a glass of milk with their Oreos. So they will get in contact with the milk companies and they will figure out together when is a good time to have a good sale. Even if you're not interested in Oreos, this could be a good time to get some milk. And there's also a rule on letting you stock up on things without spending too much. That is 1 for you, 2 for later. Which means if you're going to go get some soup, let's say chicken noodle soup, right? You want one right now, but you kind of want to keep some around for later. You get 1 for now, buy 2 more for later. And that seems to be a really good rule of thumb when it comes to the experts of grocery shopping. Now also, where are all of these stores? Like you can go to Walmart, get some really good deals from there, but then you need to go to Stop and Shop and get some groceries they're having on sale. But how much are you saving and how far away is it? Because you might be spending more gas to go to that store than what you could have gotten from the Walmart. And there's also a big misconception about cheese. I wonder where it came from. It goes as follows. All the cheese is all the same. It's all on the same conveyor belt. They just put different brands from the same conveyor belt. Not true. If you actually look how cheese is actually made by these producers, you will actually see every brand has its own different temperatures it uses, its own different kind of milk, its own kind of ingredients that it uses. Now, there is nothing wrong on trying to save money by buying the cheaper kind of cheese or anything when it comes to any kind of food that you're buying just to save some more money, because it is the quality that you are buying after all. Now, one thing I will say and I will recommend, but you do not have to follow, is when it comes to meat, always buy the best quality. Not only can you taste it by far, but be able to cook it better. Now, I'll have one video talking about exactly how to cook different kind of things if you want to get into cooking, but that's going to be in a later video. This is only my second video. And while we're on the topic, why don't you hit that subscribe button? It will help me tons. Try to see if you can get a list of things that you need whenever you're going to go to the store, but only stick to that list. When you are making the list, make sure it's everything you need and kind of things you want, but not too much. Because Lord knows we're going to go to the store and see a little something and we're going to want to purchase it. And if it's in your budget, like we had talked about in the previous video, be sure to check that video out, then it's okay. But if you're looking to save as much as you can, I would recommend doing some investigation on where you can get the best price for the best quality. Now let's also look into some ingredients real fast, just a bit. Now we do want to keep away from sugars from our bodies, right? Because carbs is a sugar. Whenever you ingest carbs, it turns into sugar. So that's why you will see a lot of products that has keto friendly. It will not have a lot of carbs, just a bit to be healthy. If you're going to grab a cart, be sure to wipe off the cart before you put your hands on it. Maybe bring some wipes. Some stores provide wipes whenever you walk in, especially nowadays whenever COVID is going around. You never want to be too careful when it comes to protecting yourself. Now, I hope that you already know this, but I will put this in here just in case. But be sure to buy your cold stuff last, not at the beginning, because by the time you get to the cash register, the ice cream is melted, the sodas are completely warm. You don't want that. And another tip, when it comes to meat, you might find some meat with the factory dates on there saying that it's going to expire in the next couple of days, and you might even get some money off of it for it, but you still want to buy it. Why? Because even if you're not going to cook it that day, you can put it in the freezer. They can't. So as long as the expiration date hasn't passed the day that you are on, you're fine. Now, what is an expiration date? It just means that the food has went past its prime on the shelf. That's it. You can still take it home and still be good. Now, milk's expiration date, it will not taste the same after its expiration date, but it is still healthy to drink. Now, I personally cannot bring myself to drink a glass of expired milk, but it has been pasteurized, which means they have taken all the diseases and all the germs out of it. It's still healthy. It just won't taste the same. So that's about all I have to say about this. If you have some tips of your own, please put them down in the comments. People who are wondering and curious about some extra tips, they probably will be looking at the comments, so be sure to put them down there. Thank you so much for taking the time out to view this video. And if you don't mind, why don't you try to share this around so that some other people you might know might learn something. And be sure to hit that subscribe button so that my channel can get bigger, and hit that like button as well. I would really appreciate it. Thank you once again, and I will see you guys in the next video, alright? Take care.